Hello.
Hi.
I'm Tony.
And Casey.
And hey, welcome to our YouTube channel. Hello everyone. Welcome to our YouTube channel. We're kicking our channel off. The name of our channel is The Way For... Booger. Hello everyone, and welcome to our YouTube channel, The Way Forward, a Kindness Mission. I'm Tony.
And I'm Casey.
And we're the founders of Anthony's Way, The Road to Kindness.
This channel is born from love, loss, and the powerful legacy of our son Anthony, who passed away 9 years ago. But in his short time here, he showed the world what it means to lead with light, kindness, and heart.
And that's why we're here. We're here to change and challenge and help to impact the landscape for kids with ADHD. You know, as we've gone through, we want to create a roadmap for parents to follow to help their children that have ADHD. And at the same time, we're raising kindness to a whole new level. So it's important that you understand and hear from us a little bit about Anthony's story, if you will. And then we're going to go in and tell you what we see as the challenge and the problem and what we're working to solve, how we've come up with an outstanding care model that will help these families and kids. And then what you're going to hear from this channel, what we're going to give you, and how we want to hear from you. So Casey, why don't you share a little bit about Anthony for everybody?
So Anthony was a puppy. He was very loving. He always loved to be with other people. He always liked to make other people's lives happy. He was kind. He was jubilant. He was. There's so many things that the list can just go on and on and on and on and on. But we joked with him that he should have been a twin because he never wanted to be alone. And he was the boy who, when new students would come to school, he wanted to be the first one to be their friend because he didn't want them sitting by themselves, because he didn't want anybody to feel alone. And that's pretty much who he was. And then so when he was in preschool, he was having trouble learning his ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, and I went to the preschool teacher and told her my concerns, and she said, he's just a boy, he'll grow out of it. And so he got to kindergarten, and it was the same thing. His peers were reading 3-letter words, and he wasn't. He was still trying to learn his alphabet, and the teacher said, oh, he's a boy, he'll grow out of it. And
you should also share that he had 3 sisters too, right?
He did. He had 3 sisters, older sisters, and I knew how they had learned, and I understand boys are different than girls, but I knew how they had learned, and I just knew that there was something different. It's kind of an intuition, I think, that you have as a parent, that something is maybe not quite the way that it should be. So unfortunately, by 2nd grade, we knew that he was not going to grow out of it, and that was proven by his 2nd grade teacher, who fortunately for us had some experience with ADHD, and she called us into her classroom and handed us a piece of paper that had been crumpled up, and she said Anthony was working on this earlier today, and he got frustrated and crumpled it up and threw it away. So we looked at it, and it was on the back of it, he had drawn a big frowny face and crossed it out, and he said, I hate me. And to see that his self-esteem had taken such a hit was really hard as his parents, and we knew at that point that we needed to get him more help than what we were able to give him.
Yeah, so what we did is we want to attack the situation. So what we did is we went to the pediatrician, we got a psychiatrist firm, we got him diagnosed. He was diagnosed with ADHD, plus he had what's called dysgraphia.
Learning disabilities.
Yep. And he had math and English challenges. And so we wanted to get him the help he needed. So the pediatrician helped, the psychiatrist helped, and then I think we found him a great tutor. You know,
found him two great tutors.
Two great tutors, wonderful retired teachers, and they were just great with him, and they loved him. And one of them had ADHD, and she kind of became a grandmother to him.
Right.
Really great. So, you know, but the thing that got to us as we were progressing here is that the thing we couldn't handle, and I don't think he could handle, was his impulsiveness. And that was a really big challenge. You know, and other students were bothered by his impulsiveness bouncing off the wall, and he started getting bullied. And that really took another hit for him. So what we did is we said, okay, we got him in, we want to keep him active. And he was active already, but we want to keep him active, so we got him into martial arts. The beautiful part about this is that when you find something that a child with ADHD likes, Anthony loved martial arts, he embraced it. 8 years old, we got him in. By 12, he was a black belt, and he was a powerhouse. He was great to watch. And so his youngest sister, Gabriella, and I did it together with him. And by 12, he had his black belt, and at one point, he had to take a stand against the bullies. And we talked about it, and he took a stand, and from that point on, he started watching out for all the other kids that were being bullied. And his kind way just came out, and we could see that smile coming back that we love to see on him. And we could see the happiness again and the confidence, and that was really cool.
Right.
You know, but we also knew that his impulsiveness would be a challenge for him.
Yeah. And unfortunately, shortly after his 18th birthday, his impulsiveness caused him to die by suicide. And it was on nobody's radar. There was never any indication that there was anything like that coming up. So we know that it was his impulsiveness. There was something that happened and he couldn't handle it or deal with it or whatever it was. We'll never know whatever it was. But that caused his death.
Changed our life, though. Really changed our life.
Forever.
Put us in a really challenging position and spot. And, you know, one of the beautiful things about this was that, if you can call it beautiful, was that, you know, we were so sad, and all of us, the whole family, but the kids that came to his viewing, 200 kids came to his viewing, and they shared wonderful stories. Wonderful stories about what he did, how he helped them, how he watched over them, how he was, and his smile just brightened up the room for him.
We knew he was kind, we just never knew how kind he was until that day.
So what we decided as we started building this was that we wanted to call it Anthony's Way, the road to kindness, because his spirit needs to live on. And so that's what we're all about, helping kids that have ADHD too. And we want to have that kind spirit built in. Okay, so as we started working through this, it took us some time. And we really didn't know what we wanted to do or how we wanted to build a charity, but we knew we needed to build a charity that would help kids. And we knew we needed to build a charity that would help families. So, you know, as I started digging into some of the stats and we started talking through that, 7 million kids today have ADHD.
That's terrible.
The sad part today is that, and it's getting more and more. There's articles that are talking about more and more kids are being diagnosed. Well, you know, 30% of those kids are at a higher risk of attempting or dying by suicide. We had no idea. No idea. Mm-mm. You know, and then suicide today amongst kids that are 10 years old to 17 is the second leading cause of death for kids. We have to take some action, and you know, people could say, you know, that medicine's one thing to help kids that have ADHD. Works for a period of time, but there's articles that are coming out now talking about medicine being, you know, only good for so long. We wanted to help and create something that families could use. Right? So as we talked through, we created a roadmap. We wanted a roadmap, a solid path that families could follow. Right? Right.
Yeah, because 20 years ago when Anthony was diagnosed, I had no idea what ADHD was. We didn't have any idea. And you know, we were able to afford to get him the help that he needed, but we understand that there are so many families out there who cannot afford the cost of that care, and so a lot of kids fall through the cracks and don't get the help that they need. And when we were creating this, we just tried to think about what would we want as a parent? And it just came to, we would like to have every expert available to us,
right,
as a team for him, to help us with whatever needs, that Anthony may have had. And that's how we came up with our model.
So we created a comprehensive care model, and we call it our roadmap. It's our roadmap to care for a child and a family. We want to give the family the roadmap and the child the care. So what we did is we said, okay, what do they need? They need an ADHD life coach. Well, we had no idea that there were coaches out there 20 years ago. And today, people still don't know that we're helping families today, but they still don't know there's ADHD life coaches. Well, there are. And we teamed with the best of the best in terms of bringing coaches to bear, the ADD Coach Academy. Then we said, well, school systems also and families, Casey was his advocate, right? You were his 504 advocate.
Right.
And every year he would write a note and send it into an email and send it to the teachers that he had and let them know about Anthony. But that doesn't happen all the time. No. And parents are busy today, so we brought on a group of educational advocates that can help to identify, make sure the child is getting what they need from the school system. And whether it be a 504 or an IEP, we want to make sure that happens. And then we brought on a great tutoring organization with retired teachers in math and English primarily. Those are two subjects now. And we could get some other, as a child gets to the languages, we can get some tutors that help with that too. But great tutoring organization, one of the best. And then we brought on a top-notch nutrition group. It's Lindy Ford and Nutrition and Wellness Group here in Wilmington, North Carolina. And she's already working with kids that have ADHD and athletes to help them. And we believe nutrition plays a critical role, especially if they're on medication. And then my background, in addition to helping with being an executive, is also I'm a health coach, I'm a personal trainer, I'm a black belt in martial arts. I believe that keeping these kids active, getting them out, getting them moving, and whatever that might be, we got to help them. And a lot of parents can't afford the clubs and the other things that are out there for kids that they need to keep them busy, and keep them active. So that's what we'll do. And then we brought on the top social skills training group, the Dale Carnegie organization. And you're going to hear from all these people as we build this channel out. And then the last piece, two last pieces, we brought on an academic advisory group. And they are a group that helped Anthony find what his love and passion was, cars. And they have a way of understanding what a student needs at that age before they pick a vocation or a college. And they helped Anthony get into 6 schools and get scholarships into 3 of them.
They help identify the college that is going to be the best fit for the child.
That's right.
Which is
pretty important.
It's very important, so that they don't apply to a bunch of schools that are not going to be a good fit for them and that they wouldn't be happy at.
Right. So schools that accommodate their needs. And the last piece is we brought on a group of therapists that can help. I mean, there's not enough psychiatrists today. ADHD coaches can do so much, but if you have a crisis situation on your hands, you need some specialized therapists. And that's what we have this model. We've negotiated and talked with all these leaders, all these experts, and they're all caregivers. They love kids, they love families, they just want to help. And so we are the one-stop shop to give your child the care they need and help them to thrive, along with giving you the roadmap that you need, so you can have a clear path of knowing exactly what's needed. So we're still raising money, and as a nonprofit should, but at the same time we wanted to immediately start to help families.
Right.
So we set up a referral program, and to date we've helped 35 families find care. These are families that could afford the care that their child needed.
Right.
And specifically, we got them a coach, we got them a tutor, we got them an educational advocate to help them, we got them some social skills. All of the model has been deployed here to help these families, and that's been kind of cool.
It has been.
And so we've gotten some great feedback from families. Like they didn't even know there was a group like us that existed to help. And the turnaround time, I gotta compliment our teams. You know, within a week to 7 days, we are turning around. A week to 10 days, we're turning around and getting them the help they need. And that's pretty powerful. You know, and so at the end of the day, we just want to help families, and that's what drives us.
I forgot to mention before was that, you know, there's only so many articles that you can read.
That's right.
And, you know, there are lots of online businesses, nonprofits even, who have a lot of great information. But when you're in the middle of something, you need hands-on help.
That's right.
And that also is a big reason why we created this the way that we did, because you as parents need hands-on help, not just, well, let me go see if I can find an article that addresses this and try to figure it out.
And we are the only hands-on organization, nonprofit in this space that's directly helping hands-on families and kids to thrive. So and that's how we built it. And we have a deep desire to help families and kids.
Right.
All right, so Casey, why don't you tell everybody, what are we going to bring to them from this channel by creating this channel?
We are going to bring on interviews with our experts to explain to everybody exactly what they do and their expertise in it. We're also going to share other people's podcasts with you that we think are important things that you should know.
Bring inspiring stories.
Inspiring stories.
The people that we're helping. You know, we believe that you're going to hear right from them how our roadmap and how our care model works and how we're helping families. It's important to hear from kids too.
Yeah.
You know, and we want to share kind stories with you. You know, kindness is, people will say, you know, there's not enough kindness. Well, there's not enough kindness. And so let's share a little bit about what our kindness mission is.
Go ahead.
We created, if you notice, our logo is an orange heart. Well, we've taken this orange heart to schools across the country and also youth groups and businesses. And basically, orange stands for unity and togetherness.
Why don't you tell them?
Yeah, orange stands for
why
unity and
our
togetherness. And
heart is designed the way that it is.
If you look at our heart, you're going to see that obviously orange again, and it's got a road. It's an A. You see that because A stands for Anthony, obviously, and then it's got a road going through it because he loved cars, but also because we created a roadmap for families and kids. And so when we first got our logo, the importance of this is when we first got our logo, the heart was closed. And we said, no, we need to leave it open. Anthony's road was closed. We want to keep these kids' roads open. So we left that heart open because that road can go on and on and on. And our goal is to help kids so that they can thrive. But orange is such a great color that it means so much. And it's also anti-bullying or bully prevention month too.
Right.
I mean, October's ADHD Awareness Month, and so we're going to bring you some of the top discussions around and what schools are doing. You know, we had 600 kids come together and go out and do kind acts in the community, come back to the school, and basically write down what they did on the hearts and then create a wall of hearts. So really cool stuff, and you hear those stories. Those are heartwarming stories, and we want to share them with you. So, and
we would really love to have your input also on material maybe that you would like to see or something that you would like to learn, because we'll learn right along with you. So if you have any suggestions, please feel free to put something in the comments or reach out to us on social media, however you want to do it. But we would like to hear from you what you are interested in seeing.
And why is that? Because this is not only our channel, it's your channel.
We're all in it together.
We're in this together to help kids, and kids are so special. June is Children's Awareness Month, and we got to take care of our kids and help our kids. So we ask you for your feedback. Give us your thoughts, your comments. That's what we're here for.
Yep.
So finally, you know, we have a wonderful motto that we've lived by. And we share with our family, we share with hundreds and hundreds of people, both in the workplace and out there. And what's our motto?
Today is the best day of your life, and tomorrow will be even better.
Again, today's the best day of your life, tomorrow's going to be even better. So come join us on this journey. We'd love to have you with us. If you feel like making a donation, you can go to our website. We'll have a link below. You can go to our website, please make a donation, because every dollar goes towards helping these kids and families. We are covering the cost of care, the cost of all the expenses we're paying for ourselves. Every dollar goes to help a child, help a family. So that's important, and we're here to help. Come join us on the journey. Thank you.